Hi, I'm Bradley S. Tolpin.
Joshua is not his real name, but sometimes protecting an individual's identity is more important than sharing a person's name. So when I tell you Joshua and I met in November 2010, I'm talking about a real person, but I'm using a fictitious name for him. So be it. Anyway, I've known many geriatric individuals in my life. Also, I grew up listening to my mother, a director of nurses at a skilled geriatric nursing facility, tell her stories around the dinner table. And I had just completed relational volunteer training. All these things considered, I still wasn't sure what to expect when I met him. After all, every experience and every human being is different. Good afternoon from St. Petersburg, Florida. I am Bradley S. Tolpin at 9th Avenue and Gulf Way, where the sign may say one way, but the beach is that.
Pasadena Beach got its name, so the story goes, because when sailors docked or came ashore here, they would grill food. They grilled mostly fish, of course, and as a matter of course, they would sit around gabbing and passing the grill. Thus, the beach became known as Pass a Grill. Whether they're boating, shopping, just hanging out, or playing in the sand, people stay to see the spectacular sunsets.
With an eye to see things as they really are, I hope you've enjoyed your short tour of Pass a Grill, St. Petersburg, Florida Beach. I am Bradley S. Tolpin. Hello, I'm Bradley Tolpin here with Jake Roberts. Jake, would you like to tell me about your fight?
Well, I watched a few videos of him and I knew that he didn't like pressure applied to him, so that's exactly how I fight. I like to apply pressure. I'm going to apply pressure till the fight's over. I'm just going to keep coming as fast as I can until I can't come anymore.
You completely dominated that fight from the beginning to the end. What would you say was your major blows?
I caught him right off the bat with the inside leg kick, and I knew that he kind of stumbled. Dan Henderson is pretty much my idol, and he always throws an inside leg kick to the right hand. So I knew once he caught off balance by that inside leg kick that I was going to throw it again and throw a right hand right afterwards. So he pretty much set up into it. And after that, I got him in his cage, just a ground and pound. I think it was too much for him. You gave a lot of credit to your dad. Would you like to introduce your dad right now? Yeah, this is my dad, John Roberts.
John, come on in. I had a chance to see you just before the fight. What did you say to me before your son managed to take an excellent win in the cage?
I said, are you going to talk to me if he loses? That's what I said.
I think you also said you were more nervous than him.
Yeah, I'm always more nervous than Jake is.
Did you get Jake started in fighting?
No, he got himself started. I kind of helped him because he was going the wrong direction, and I helped him get to the right direction, and he took it from there. Jake can pretty much do anything he sets his mind to.
Jake, you are an all-Missouri, all-St. Louis star. You were brought up in Florissant, Missouri. You now live in St. Charles. You went to St. Charles Community College. This is your hometown. How did it feel to have this great victory here at home?
It felt great. I felt a lot of pressure because I needed to perform. But once I saw him come out in leopard print, I was like, I got to win. I couldn't do it without my dad. My dad pushes me every day. There isn't one text that he doesn't send me. He's not pushing me.
You're very emotional after the win. You put on a great show. I'd like to thank you. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to your next fight. Thank you, and thank all the fighters for participating here at Rumble Time Promotions Rage on the River fight card held at the Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri.
You are the main event, Josh. You're the main event on the Rage on the River fight card, February 15th, 2013 at the Ameristar Casino. You're 27 years old, stand about 5'3", and you're fighting as a flyweight 125 pounder. Is that right? You have a professional record of 7 wins and 5 losses, but that comes in varying weight classes. How many fights have you done as a flyweight?
I've done 2 fights at flyweight, and I've won 1 and lost 1 at flyweight.
You know your opponent, Alp. This is his first fight as a flyweight. Do you think dropping a weight class factors into making it easier to win or lose?
I think I can use that as into my factor, and I can use that in my advantage to possibly push the pace and maybe run his cardio down a little more.
And how do you see finishing Alp?
If I were to pick a way that I was going to win, I would probably say by technical knockout or knockout. But obviously, I'm a humble person. And being at 125, I'm not going to say I'm going to knock him out because we really don't possess that one-punch power. And he's very good at defending when he's stunned from what I've seen. So I would probably say TKO or decision victory.
How do you feel about your cross training and your conditioning right now?
I feel amazing. I've been training at several different gyms. I mean, I'm driving all over the place now to train. I've been training with Bellator fighter Josh Burns. I've been training with UFC fighter Darren Cruikshank. And just being able to get out there and train with these extremely high-level opponents, I'm able to actually progress my technical abilities now and learn more.
How does it feel to hit the road, be outside of Ohio, and come into St. Charles, Missouri, which is your opponent's home turf?
I love it. I feed off of that. It is actually like my favorite thing to do. And when I'm out of town, I always come into a hometown fighter's town, and it's I usually perform, and I'm usually at my best.
Josh Shortstack Robinson, thank you very much for your time today. I'm looking forward to seeing you at weigh-ins and watching you fight at the Ameristar Casino February 15th, 2013.
Hello, I'm Bradley S. Tolpin here with main event star Alp Ozkilic at Rumble Time's Rage on the River Fight Night, February 15th, 2013. Alp, you just did a massive elbow ground and pound. Can you take us through the end of your fight?
You know, in the first round, we had good exchanges, and I knew I won the first round, but in second round, you know, I took him down, and all I remember is I kept staying busy, and he wasn't happy about it. He was saying stuff to his corner, and the ref, you know, saying that I was just laying on top of him, but I was busy, and you know, first elbow I landed towards the end. I think it started everything, and then I just landed, you know, 4 or 5, I think, and he just couldn't defend him. So I knew who I was at the moment. So you know, I'm really glad I got the finish.
After the fight, I also spoke with Josh Robinson.
You weren't happy with the way that fight ended. You want to talk about it?
Just mainly, I mean, from my perspective, he wasn't being active on top, and being active to me is not just hitting a body and little piddle-paddle shots to the head. You have to actively try to pass a guard and do things like that, and he seemed like he was afraid to try to pass my guard or stand with me, so he just did enough to where the ref was saying he was busy, and then I got mad, and like I've always claimed, I'm a flashy fighter. I have a good chin, I can take one hell of a shot, and he wasn't hitting me hard, so I told him to hit me, and I dropped my hands and let him hit me, and the ref stepped in and stopped it. I was completely fine. I was coherent, even though they say I wasn't. But I'd love to fight him again on a neutral ground.
It was a great show tonight, and you know, my first fight at 125, I got the finish. It was my first finish in a long time, so I'm really glad that happened tonight. So I couldn't be happier than this right now.
It was really great to see you finish. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
That's Alp Ozkilic, winner of the co-main event. I am Bradley S. Tolpin.
NBC takes you beyond the limits of what primetime has offered in the past. A taut, intense, psychological thriller about Hannibal, the acclaimed novel by author Thomas Harris. Silence of the Lambs is the middle of the Hannibal Lecter story. This new series takes you back to the beginning, the genesis and development of the relationship with his patient, Special Agent Will Graham, an FBI criminal profiler, and the Hannibal Lecter, the man who would become known as Hannibal the Cannibal. Don't blink. Let's take a bite out of crime. I hope you see me.
Future. Always there, folks. Every day has no sun. Sure hope so. Indeed, it's the time. It's always the time for good deeds to be done. Done with that,